Hello, welcome to Demon Bluff. Now, this is just a demo, but I've already had played through the entire demo beforehand. And let's see. It's about the same thing how I had set that up, reset progress. Probably already has like all the stuff there. Yeah, it has. Well, I guess I gotta restart that. Alright. And they also have like updated this immensely since the last time I played it. Okay, let's see. We have like a game mode. We only have this one here, standard. Alright. There's one evil among all characters. Find and kill it. And this is my deck. Well, I already have known that, but it's gonna say it anyway. Okay, so we have like the gem crafter. Learns one good enemy right here. Does look a little bit better. Confessor. That's some new things here. Skins. Huh. Always truthful even if disguised. So the Confessor literal job is that it tells the truth. And even if it's evil where it's just trying to lie, it can't. Because the very nature of the Confessor is that it always tells the truth. Can't hide the truth even when she should, yeah. So when she's about to say that she's good, but can't because that would be lying, there was a dizzy. Reason to next to it. Or a screen emotional package. That's cool. Night and counterclockwise, so Alpha Sun. Alright, well let's just click, see what it is. I have already been doing that. It's health, yeah. Only one evil adjacent to you, huh? To show you, that's not a new effect. This is character. Use it to deduce who is evil. Most characters activated after reveal. Yeah, I interested in that. Dizzy, since I don't really have anyone else here, it's only just one, and that's a minion. 4 is good. One evil adjacent will like, yeah, that just tags on. I think there's like, yeah, marks. Where I could just do this, this, or this to remove. There's also this 5 one. What does that even do with 5? Anyway, counterclockwise. It's you. Time to kill. Suspicious. We already figured it out. It's just the Confessor. All the evil have been executed. Got like a new character, the medium. And its roll. Alright. We just still got the minion here. So it's still gonna be pretty easy. Let's see, those clockwise, huh? Ah, it's you again, isn't it? 4 is good. You're always telling me that 4 is good. This is the real hunter? 2 cards away. Makes sense. No, he was adjacent. The minion has tried to disguise herself as the Confessor. It just ends up dying. Okay, so minion is a he. Twin minion's a she. Anyway. New characters, and we got the Bombardier and the Empress. An outcast. Try and kill this guy, and, well, we instantly lose. If he's the real Bombardier. Seven is a real lover, huh? No, he was adjacent. Checks out. You're good. Probably. If you're real, you only have like 1. 2 is good. What? Two cards away, huh? Well, you are good. And it's clockwise. It's literally pointing towards gem crafter here. You good? You weren't. Oof. Found a twin minion. Ah, we found the twin here. They're both the same thing. The difference here is that he lies for the cause, also for fun. Claims she's the smarter twin. Other says the same. Yeah, but they both lie, so who do you want to believe? 7 is good. 5 is a real lover. 1 evil adjacent. How do we know that? Clockwise. 1 of these is evil. Those 3, huh? 2 evils. 2 or more copies of this character. In each village, there can only be 1 instant character. Probably 1 of these is an evil. So we have these in the deck, and there can only be 1 of them, unless a minion is trying to disguise as 1 of them. And there's like other ways that you can have multiples, and that's only if it's an outcast that's pretty much just disguised themselves as 1 of the villagers. Or 1 of the minions or demons have an ability. What the? Navigation, huh? Disguise is used by killed. Huh, in that order. Okay, anyway, there's these 3. 2 evils. It can also be the 1 line, too. 5 is the lover. Huh. Clockwise. It could be you. Now this. Okay, you're saying that 70 is good and that you're the real one, and then 1 of these must be. But the thing is, though, if in this exact order that you're telling me that this one's the only evil adjacent, then who's telling the truth here? 3, 4, 7. It is either 1 of these, though, but I just don't know. Now let me get this straight. If you say that 7 is good, and then 5 is the real one, then you must be real. Wait, no, that didn't make sense. You must be real then. Then you must be fake. That these are fake, or it could be both the minions like right next to each other. Meaning that if that was true, then you would be lying and is evil. Which would in turn mean that this would also be evil? What? I knew it. It reveals the true role. Okay, so you're telling the truth. And you, and you. Mean that you're the 1 lying here, because then that would mean you would be saying counterclockwise. And you are telling the truth. That was a little weird. New characters at the mix. Got the judge and the knight. Learn if they're lying. If they are lying. The knight can't die unless they're a minion. Alright. The bombarder. Bombardier. 4, 5, and 7. The knight, huh? 5 is a real knight? They're just... Alright. Well, the medium here says if the 5 is a real knight. If that's true, you wouldn't die, huh? Okay, you're both telling the truth. You're a real knight as well. Are you also telling me that this guy, of the 3 here, is evil? could also be lying. Two evils adjacent. Counterclockwise. Click that to activate, yeah. My characters usually say random false information. Random? It's more like the opposite. Because like this one follows special rules when they lie. So what's the special rule you have here? Not yet. Hold on. Was a judge in life, got better at it after death. Learn if they're lying. Well, yeah, we'll see who's lying here. Truth. The thing is that we don't have any corrupted folk that are lying. We only have minions, so that's the only thing that we have going for. Later, when we have some outcasts like the Plague Doctor, who will cause an enemy to be corrupt, meaning that they will lie, and their ability won't work. Meaning that, they do nothing, except they're lying. Alright, so if that's true, then... you're the one that's lying here. Because, you marked these three as, at least one of them being evil. I already tried killing, the knight. She didn't die. Medium says that you're real, so that checks out. Meaning that you're the only one that would be, evil here. But if that's true, then you would be saying clockwise instead of counterclockwise. Meaning that you check out. There you go. That works. No, just safe. Alright, new character unlocked. Wicked. I mean, Wretch. I register as an evil minion to other characters. Everyone sees this character as evil. It's a good, but it's also seen as, didn't say a word, got blamed anyway. What does it mean that you yourself just look like skins? Oh, that's cool. I register as an evil minion to other characters. Other characters see you as evil. I can't register as good or as wretch to other characters. Characters can't disguise as me. Meaning that you're permanently good, and other characters cannot be you. So don't try to kill this character. 4, 5, and 6? Alright then. 8 is good. Wretch, huh? You certainly see 5 as evil, so that's pretty much true. The knight, huh? Now, you're telling me that the knight is good. Well, let's see. Alright. Cleared. Clockwise, huh? No, you will be saying that the one to the left would be evil, unless you're lying. Saying the truth. Well, yeah, you know what? Yes, that's true. You're the one that's lying here. Oh, hold on. The one that's very sus here. Could also be sus. Telling me that one's real? So you mark these three as at least one in the group is evil, and that's the wretch, so it already checks out. And you're telling me that one's the real Empress, so that already checks out. Of the two that I'm thinking of, it's these three. These two. And you're telling me of these three that'd be evil? You're already telling the truth here. You already pretty much said that she's telling the truth. And she's herself, Medium, just said that it's real, so yeah. And if number 6 was the one that's actually lying, then you would be saying counterclockwise. Maybe. Do it. Doing pretty well here. The Witch. We got the new Got an actual demon here. Cannot reveal the last card. You lie in disguise. Just like what these is. Last piece never flips. That's her curse and her joke. Reveal the last card after she dies. One outcast and one outcast, one demon. And one minion. One evil adjacent. Well, we gotta test that out. The knight. Show your blade. True. Which means you're also cleared. One evil away? Yeah, true. Of the evil, 6, 8, or 7 is, it's one of those two. Clockwise, huh? Which means you could be the one, lying here. So, let's see if you are telling the truth. Lying. No? Hold on. Yeah, you're the witch then. Because you pretty much just told the truth. Yeah, that makes sense. Sorry, Judge, but you're the one that's actually lying. Possible. Don't worry, it'll get a little bit more complex as the add more characters. The Slayer and the Jester. Ascension completed, and now it'll get even harder. Final score 1152. But I didn't get anyone wrong, unless it's like the faster I do it, the more score I get. Right. Okay, let's see here. In the current deck, we have these 6 here. And I'll get even more Ascension here. Player, huh? Huh? Makes sense. They're permanently good. Huh. This side has like more evils? Well, let's see if that's true. Ah. You're the real one. Yeah, you see the wretch as a... Yeah. Sweet. The puppeteer, huh? Random adjacent villager becomes a puppet, if possible. It's evil, but cannot lie. This is gonna prove a problem. Right next to it. The 5-star rating from the demon. That's not a good thing. Got a knight here. Are you real? Apparently not. You're the witch. Well, the witch is dead. There's the real knight. Never mind. Meaning that you are... 6 is good. 1 away from closest evil? Yeah, makes sense. Good. You're permanently good. These two are the only ones that I could see being easy indicators to see if all the other ones, you know. But it has to be you. All 3 of them are like right next to each other. You're a minion, though. They haven't noticed the strings yet. Is a minion, but can't lie. Compared to everyone else who do lie. Lucky break with these just being like the fake knight. Knitter and the Oracle. I don't know how many evils are adjacent to each other. The Knitter is very tricky here with how she works. If there's like only 2 of them and they're like right next to each other, that would be 1 pair. But if there's 3 right next to each other, that would be seen as 2 pair. Or 3. I think it's just 2. Because if you go with one from left middle and then middle right, that's 2 pairs. Because it says right here adjacent. Oracle. Specific mineral, huh? Alright. None adjacent, huh? Clockwise. Most of it's on that side. 1 or 4 is a minion. Well, if that's true, then let's see if you're telling the truth. On guard! You're telling the truth here. That's one's the minion. Even well, that I can clearly tell, unless yeah, harder. Blocking me, yeah. No evils adjacent, huh? Which would mean that it could be you. Or you. The closest evil would be you. Equidistantly, people are the same distance. Even if there's two, which means if they were like that, that would be equidistant. Or this. Actually, it would just mean that that would be equidistant. If there's two of them. Here, here, or here, here. Perfectly symmetrical. Alright, well, just tell me which one of these is evil. Because I'm thinking it's either you. These three are cleared. You should say 0. Okay, you clear yourself. Not adjacent. Right? The bombardier blew up. That, well, I guess it would be adjacent or not. Well, I lost that one. Try this again. One of these three is the evil. Unadjacent. Alright, well, let's see here. 2 or 4 is the puppeteer. 2 is the real jester. The wretch. No one can be disguised as you, so it's fine. Characters can't disguise. They can only be like one. Let's see here. Of these has to be evil. And 2 is telling me that's the real jester. Okay, let's see how truthful it is. What you should say is that you should be saying 1. 2 was the real jester, and you could very well be the puppeteer. You're actually telling the truth, unless... No, you're the one that's lying here. Not adjacent? Yeah. You were actually telling the truth, even if you were the minion. Not adjacent. The puppeteer is always adjacent to someone. Oh, there you go, the doppelganger. I disguise as good villager currently in play. Currently in play. He disguised as the poet, then started writing better poems. Poet is furious. Always consider themselves as the disguise role. It just means that there's 2 of them. Right. What we got here? We got the witch and twin minion, along with the outcast. Jester, and no evils adjacent? Huh. Don't know how truthful that is. There's 2 of them. You could also just be the doppelganger. There's 2 of them again. Okay, so one of these is a... Here we got like a Judge and Oracle. The Slayer. That could very well be the Slayer here. No evils adjacent. You could also be the doppelganger. Are you telling the truth? I don't know. Also mean that, let's see here. 0 evils. If that's true, then you must be the evil. Where's telling the truth? Could be you. Then what? Whereas telling the truth could mean that you're lying. The minion. 0 evils. Means it's this one. Unless. For 3. Well, adjacent though. Huh. This is a bit tricky here. It's gotta be like one of you. One of you is the doppelganger, and one of you is the minion. You're telling me that you're telling the truth. And you're also telling me of these 3, none of them are evil. Perhaps louder than when he's right. Let's see here. Our way backwards. Flipped you, and you're telling me of these 2, there could be a minion. Oh, twin minion. And you're also telling me these are also the twin minions. This or that. You could very well just be, one of you could be the doppelganger. Go evil. No evils adjacent. If you're telling me, then you also mean that these would. You're also saying that that's telling the truth. Telling me that number 2 is telling the truth. Now, if you're telling the truth, then these 2 are cleared, which means that it's telling you that this, one of these 2, is a minion. The thing is, though, you're telling me that you're telling the truth, unless, of course, you're saying that you're the actual minion, just to get me to kill you. But you're also telling me there's 0 evils here. So if that's true, this could be the minion. You yourself could be the twin minion here. It's gotta be that one. I knew it! 2 or 3? Yeah, these pretty much just cleared them. I mean that player, huh? Well, was wondering where you were. So those 2 are cleared since you're lying because there's not the twin minion. You're telling me that's the truth, unless number 2 is telling the truth. Couldn't kill 5, huh? Could very well. Aha! Knew it! Huh. We're just like right next to each other. I couldn't flip you, so... That would have been really messy, but I puzzled it out. Just gotta think it through. See how logic dictates which one is fake. Chancellor. Right, the Chancellor. Wretched Doppelganger. Chancellor. One villager becomes an outcast and you sit right next to it. We're gonna go like 2 outcasts. That's the Doppelganger wrench. The wretch. Got a Jester. Okay, 7's good. Checks out. One evil adjacent? Gotta be you then. 8 is the little empress. 1 is evil. 1, 3, 6. Three is cleared. 6? We don't know. You're also saying that you're telling the truth. There's 2 of them now. Only a pair. Yeah, that makes sense because of the Chancellor. Okay, so which one of you is actually telling me the truth here? Only 1 pair of evils would mean that would be like right next to it. Which could very well be you. But there's also this one right there. We have the doppelganger, which is like Jester. That could very well be you. So you already cleared out. Don't have to worry about those 2. You're seen as evil. So, this is correct. What you should be telling me is that there should be 1 evil here. 2 evils. I've already marked you. You're always good. The real one. Try this out though. 1 pair though. Alright, well, let's see what if you do the same thing. Should say 1, 2. Okay, that's true then. That also means that you're fake. Next to you, huh? Meaning that you are the doppelganger here. 1 evil. Well, that's true then. Jason, you say? Let's see. With a medium. Too evil, that's true. And that's also true. Yeah. 1 pair of evil. You are the doppelganger. Not it. There must. Okay, so it's right next to it. It's you. New skin unlocked. Medium, huh? Feel the character disguised as a medium. Anya. Cancel. Yeah, it's like right next to the should have known though. One villager becomes outcast role. Oh yeah. Got the medium and the empress here. Who's missing? Pretty much all of that. About 8 of them right here. Alright. I got like that, but hey, there's a new character I haven't seen before. Investigator. The scout just learned how far away they are from the closest evil. And the investigator picked 2 characters, learn their most suspicious type among them. A what? Weird how this game just sort of lags and shouldn't really. Ah, it says he has an alibi. He calls that suspiciously convenient. Does he? Prioritizes demons, minions, outcasts, and then the. Well, I guess that works too. Which one of those is the most suspicious, huh? Alright, we'll see how that works out. Got a wretch. Got and 2 minions here. Well, 3 minions. Alright, let's see how well this goes. Investigator, huh? And one of these is evil. Let's see what that is. No evil's adjacent? Puppet is 2 cards away from closest evil. No, that should be 1 away from closest evil. Because, you know, the puppet is always sitting next to the puppeteer. Well, let's see how that is. 6 or 3 is a minion. Is a minion, which would be either the witch or the puppeteer. 4 is good. You're kind of pointing at one of these 3, and it seems to me that it's you. No evil's adjacent, huh? Awkward. Well, it's gotta be one of them. Okay, that makes sense. No evil adjacent. You're telling the truth because it's literally right next to you. If it wasn't, you would go, say, counterclockwise. So, it's gotta be you. And you cleared it. Oh, yeah, that's also true because of the wretch. Okay, so which one of them is like the puppeteer? You're telling me that 4 is good, and that's true because you already said that one of them is evil. Only one of these 3 is evil. And if I catch that evil, then the others cannot be evil. That's true, and that's true. That also means that if that's true, you're the puppeteer. And also, you're lying because there's 2 right next to you. Here we go. Bah, huh? Hide 1 outcast in the deck. It adds like... Oh, yes, okay, so this is hidden. Huh. What's the effect that you add like a second outcast, but it's not in play? Prioritized hiding drunks and doppelgangers. Yeah, that's gonna make it a lot harder. Once the beard mostly gets head patted. You are a demon, but you're so cute. Alright. Wretch. Can't die, huh? So you say. Twin minion is 2 cards away from closest evil. Whoever is the twin minion here. 2 pairs of evil. Pairs of evil. If this is 1 pair of evil, then that means that's either you or you that's evil. But if you out yourself, then that would mean just 1 evil. Three cards away from closest evil. No, because the closest evil is this one right there. Not really evil. That's Chancellor. Yeah. 8 is the real bombardier. So you're hiding the wretch. That's what that is. 10 is good. 1 away from evil. Huh. Okay, this will be tricky here. So, which one of these is twin minion? 2 cards away from closest evil. You're also telling me that, which one of you is Ba? 2 pairs of evil, huh? That's 1 pair. And if that's true, then you could be the second pair. Because it would go like this and this. It can't go like this because they have to be adjacent. That's how that works. It says adjacent right there. Alright. So you already said that one of them is a Chancellor. And that's true. That you're telling the truth. Which also means that these two were cleared. Pairs of evil. Huh? One card away from evil. So if you're telling me that this guy is good, but this guy is telling me that one of them is evil, and it just so happened to be you, then you would be evil. Two cards away from closest evil, which either be you or you. Huh. And also, that shouldn't really be it though. Cards away is a lie. Knew it. I kind of figured that would happen. You were just hiding. Two pairs of evil means there's just one more. One card away, huh? What I'm missing is like a... That would mean that would be you then. Two pairs of evil. Huh. It would have to be you or you, but it's most likely you, which would mean these two are telling the truth. And you are also telling me the truth. Two away from closest evil? You're one away from closest evil! More characters is going to be very problematic here. But there's a logic to this. Fortune telling architect. Alright. Into Ascension 2. I've only like died once, but it hasn't really ended as I kept going because yeah. Two evils amongst all the characters. Got two. Ah, and you're hiding the other one until we find it. Chancellor just sits right next to it. So one of these villagers became an outcast. Alright. Jester. Fortune teller. She predicted you'd read this. She's not impressed. Well, that's how that works! Learn if any of them are evil. Bombardier. Slayer. 107 is the Chancellor. I don't really know what that guy is. Okay, we have a doppelganger here then. But also, so we have like only two options here. If you're telling me that one of these guys is the Chancellor, I think I remember that outcasts cannot be like well, they're not evil, but they can be disguised. Yeah, I should remember that. At least I think that's how that works, right? Still about the same thing here. The Outsider's count will not change for the newly created outcast. Outside. Huh. Don't ask for a promotion. Got a new cloak and no abilities. Drunks and doppelgangers. Yeah, one of them is a doppelganger. Now I just gotta figure out which one of you is the Chancellor. And I also have to figure out which of you two is the doppelganger. Because I know that Ba is hiding one of them. Okay, let's see if you couldn't kill you. Either one of these then. Couldn't kill one, and you're telling me that That also means that you could very well just be the Chancellor. But then that would mean you're lying. And you could very well be the Ba. 7. It's either you or you that's a doppelganger. There's also these two that can also be fakes. Couldn't kill one, huh? Well, let's see how this is. True. That doesn't do anything for me. I think the best bet would be like two that are guaranteed to be good, meaning that I could figure out which one of those would be it. Couldn't kill one, huh? If one of them is evil. One of them is evil. I don't know which one it is. Well, let's see how well it is. I should say at least one. Yeah, one of them is evil. It could very well be. Because there's like two gestures. Huh, there it is. Let's see here. You couldn't kill one because you were actually good. This is the real one. One of them is evil. You got that right. Unless, of course, one of them is the Chancellor. I mean that you yourself... Huh. But you also told me that one of them is evil. We're also the Oracle there. That's also telling the truth, and that's also pretty true. One of them is evil, yeah. Which means could possibly also be evil. What? Learn if any of them are evil. Chose one of them. That's as good as it's gonna get. That can't possibly be true. The Chancellor would have to be like right here. Do it. Price is evil. Pick exactly 2 evil characters with a non-line fortune teller? Well, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. Not bad. I like that one. I do like how she looks here. I like that blue skin. The shiny hair. Wompy Domple is the artist for that? I think I remember choosing this skin when I unlocked it. That's cool. Alright, well, go ahead and apply that. Safe. Got them both. So you were the doppelganger after all. I was also thinking that you're the doppelganger. Either way, had to be the Chancellor. The Bishop. It kind of looks like she's tired of all this. Of all this baloney. Let's go for it. Only one outcast, along with a minion and a puppeteer. Right. How well this goes. All characters in my info are villagers, if you lie. Carry centuries of wisdom. What? Most of it to argue with the dreamer. Learn up to 3 characters. Among them are 1 villager, 1 outcast, and 1 evil, if possible. 1 of each. And, well, you've already told me that one of them has to be evil. Okay, let's see here. Between 1, 7, or 6. Got a villager, outcast, and a minion. Not the puppeteer, though. Minion can also just be, well, these two are minions, so, you're a minion, and you're also a minion. You're a puppeteer, that's a minion. And the puppet itself is also a minion, telling the truth. Alright. Good. True. Unless, of course, you're also the puppeteer. Wait a minute. But they can't lie. I mean, not puppeteer, the puppet. They can't. What would happen if the confessor became the puppet? To the puppeteer. They have to tell them that they're good. The thing is, the puppet can't lie. They're always telling the truth. Meaning that you would have to be saying you're dizzy if you're the puppet. Huh. But you're also saying you have to tell the truth. If the confessors just so happen to be a minion in disguise, and they have to tell the truth, meaning that they're bad. But they always say if they're good, they would be good. If they're not, they would be bad. If they're a minion. But the thing is, the minion does not want to out themselves, so they would have to say good. But the confessor always tells the truth, so it has to be I'm bad. And because of that, she would get a headache and says I'm dizzy. Because she's in a logic, well, more of a paradox. Or just contradict herself. Yeah. But what if it was a puppet who has to tell the truth? So she wouldn't say that I'm bad, she would say I'm good. No, that would still say you're dizzy, yeah. Clockwise, huh? Okay, let's see which one of these three. Village, outcast, or minion? Okay, there was like two of them, huh? 2 is good? That has to be like one of those. 3 is good. Alright, so if you're telling me that one of the village or outcast or minion, you have to be the doppelganger then. Which means that you're telling the truth. There's like these, and it has to be like one of these 3. One of them has to be the doppelganger. And the only double there is Gemcrafter. Which number 6 is the doppelganger. And that the villager. And that, yeah, it has to be this one. Counterclockwise. For 2 being good. Clockwise. Counterclock. It's all pointing like right over here. So how are you telling the truth? You should be saying true. Lying. What? No. Yes. You're the minion, not the doppelganger. You are the doppelganger! Oh, okay, you're the puppet then. Wait a minute. You're telling the truth. You're lying. You're actually good. God damn it. He is lying. Well, that's true. The minion, though. The outcast. You're the one that's actually the doppelganger. God damn it, I almost had that. Which means... there should be only one of these. Wait a minute. Yeah, you're the doppelganger here. Who is good, huh? One of you has to be the puppet then. You're telling the truth because it's right next to it. You also told the truth, but you're also the puppet. Which... yeah, that's true. Well, I guess, I could just go with it's good, but also just the the puppet. Alright, so if you're telling me that 2 is good, you're clockwise, what you should be telling me is that these 2 are good. True. And if that's true, this guy's the real deal, and that's the doppelganger. They both told the truth here. There's gotta be you. Cheap shot. Only one mistake, and that was just the judge. Yeah, that one was actually true. Alright, well, we got some more. Rambler? I'll tell you something really interesting. The adjacent truthful characters tell me to shut up instead of sharing the info. Adjacent truthful, which means they're good. All good characters all characters telling the truth, which would mean also the puppet, will tell you to shut the hell up. Good. One random outcast, if any. And that is Northern Lion. Being blocked. Let's see, out of these, 1, 7, or 6 is either the villager, outcast, or evil. Well, let's see what that is then. The jester. Rambler. If you close your eyes, things become harder to see. Duh! Alright, well that one character is like the outcast. People will tell you to shut the hell up if you just so happen to be. Let's see here, 1, 4, 7 is evil? What the? You're also telling me that? No, you're telling me the judge himself is also just a... Okay, so... Let's see, adjacent truthful characters. You're not really telling me anything right now. But it has to be adjacent, which means these. Alright, well you're the true one here. Shut up. Night, huh? You can't die. I'll be the judge of that. You're true. Pretty sure that would have to be it then. Minion, huh? Well. Is that true? Fine. No. You should technically be saying, number 7, shut up. Yeah, that's right. True. True. Don't know for sure. Well, true, because of the Rambler. Which means it's either you or you. So you already got that right. Huh. Which means one of them is evil, but you could also be telling a lie. If you lie, then all of them are truth. Okay, so what you should be saying here is that this, and this. You should say 2. That's right. That's really funny. Did Northern Lion ever say this? It sounds like something he would say. If you close your eyes, things become harder to see. That's like extremely obvious. The shaman. There are 2 same villager roles in the current village. 2 of them, huh? Alright, the Rambler is here again. Okay, we got like 3 outcasts. And, well, it says it's 2 to 3. There is a... Okay, this is going to be extremely hard, since there's a doppelganger. Meaning that there will be possibly 3 of the same villager. The investigator. The bombardier. Another investigator, huh? Professor. There's only 1 pair of evil. I have to be right next to him, but just not sure. I am an idiot sandwich. you should be saying number 7 to shut up. You should also say shut up. You're both suspicious here. Okay, oh yeah, you know what I just said about there being like the shaman and the doppelganger giving me the choice of having 3 of the same villager? Well, there you go. Number 6 or 8 is a minion. It's about the same thing. Outcast. Well, yeah, that's also true. Prioritize. I don't really... Only this is if it's suspicious. One of them is a minion. It's gotta be, you two. It could very well be the both of you. So the shaman has created like a copy of it. Once cloned the scout, tracked himself for 2 days. I don't know which one of you is the doppelganger. It could very well be you. See, the thing is, I'm looking for where the Chancellor is. And, the Chancellor is most likely either the Knitter or the Enlightened here. However, Chancellor can also be this investigator or that investigator. Because it's right next to a bombardier. Or, because there's also a doppelganger, the Chancellor can also be you, or you. Or, you. Or, you know, it could be any of those. That is very true. I already have these two, like, targeted. They're just telling me the truth here. They are, like, the minion here. Counterclockwise. You two should be saying, shut up. So... Minion, huh? Do it. Figures. Yeah. The Witness. Learn a character that was affected by an evil ability. Effective, huh? Was out for a midnight pee, now knows too much. There was no outhouse? Learn a character that was affected by an evil ability. Hints. And how this could be affected. Who is a puppet? What corrupted character by an evil? If an evil character corrupted a villager, or villager turned into outcast by a chancellor, cloned character by shaman, who was killed by an evil, which outcast was hidden by Ba. Alright, so you should be telling me who that could be. Bombardier again. Number 9 was affected by evil? Well, who could that be? Right. Can't be evil. You're not affected by evil. You are evil. What? Affected by what? Wait a minute. There's 2 of them, aren't they? Yeah, that could very well be it. Because the shaman could clone you. What? No, wait, that doesn't make sense. That's an outcast. Both sides are equal. Where did you come from? I don't think I've seen you yet. Built a rotating table. Just to find out who was sus. Learn which side of the circle is more evil. Learn equal if both sides are equally evil. My measurements include 2 characters at the exact midpoint of the circle as well. So... at the exact midpoint... Okay, you're... Wait, what? How the hell are you affected by... Oh... yeah, that makes sense. And now there's 2 of these guys, yeah. Both sides are equally evil. Of the middle. Alright, well, we gotta figure out exactly who these are. Hey, Papito, come here. I just got that wrong, just because I thought there would be a clone. I also forgot Ba was there. Papito, come on. Sit still. Alright, let's see what we got here. I got that wrong. I just jumped the gun too quickly. Because the shaman, that could very well be two, and that didn't make sense. No, it actually did make sense, because it's Ba that's just hiding the character card until you flip it over. I'm a druid. Learn one random outcast among them, if any. To the wind has opinions. Wretch does not appear as an outcast for her. If that's true, then you would say evil. But if you're telling the truth, you would be saying... What? Okay, let's test this out. Outcast, huh? You, and you. No outcast. There is one outcast. Shaman. Execute a character copied by a shaman. That is one cute shaman there. No, I died because of that. No outcasts. Can't register as good or as wretched to other characters. As an evil. You know what? Yeah, that makes sense. If you were telling the truth, you would be saying you're a minion. No outcasts. Which is true. But if you were evil, they would also just say that there's the shaman there. Starfall. Which one of these is better? I do like the original. Not bad though. Well, since I have it, it's just gonna make it a lot tricky. Ran out of health. Of the 4 hearts. And 2 evils amongst the... Wait, didn't I have... Okay, yeah, I actually do have like 3 lives here. Alright, well... Gotta remember that there's Ba here, so if the witness says that there's something that could either be... the other outcast... or a copy of the shaman. Alright, well, let's see if I can do better here. Who is hidden amongst this? The Martyr. The one affected by evil. You're the clone then. Ape is affected by evil? What the hell? Okay, so one of them is... You are the doppelganger. Yeah, you're the doppelganger, maybe. You're the real deal, and you're the shaman. The clone from the shaman. Love the fact that you both chained into each other. How the hell does this happen? One pair of evil. Those. I'm good. Yeah. The knight, huh? On guard. Well, I got that right. Now I just need to know which one of you is Ba. One is affected by evil. You could very well be the doppelganger, like I have said beforehand. And then you've been cloned, which means... No, you're the... It's very tricky to decipher here. One pair of evil, huh? Let's see. Yeah, that's true. They already got that one. And that these two... Yeah. also true because you got that right. Okay, what you should be telling me here is that these three are good. You should say 0. Yeah, okay, you're true. One pair. Okay, you can't possibly be. Do it. I knew you were the doppelganger. Yeah. Because I was thinking here that you could be the original. Or maybe you're the original and you're the clone. I don't understand how this would work. It could be either. Because you're telling me that you're is affected by evil, meaning that you're the original and you're the clone. Or, yeah, I don't know where this is going. This is going in a circle. The drunk, corrupt and lie, cannot be cured. Yeah, because you're drunk. I don't even know if I have that, though. Alright, so we got the witch and the bond. Very well be the drunk, because I don't know. Good. Confirmed. Closest evil is like right equidistant here. Not equidistant, I meant to say clockwise. The witch? Why did you out yourself, though? 3 cards away from closest evil, huh? Once told a demon is fate. It hasn't slept since. Yeah, you were about to die here. 1 out of 2 if it is a specific minion role, and it says minion, which there's only 2 of. Actually, that would be the witch then. Then also, why would you tell me yourself? Could that mean that you're good? You could also be the drunk. Can't really tell. The witch. I'm gonna assume that you are the drunk here. No evils adjacent. Clockwise. It could be you, because I don't know for sure. Is 3 cards away from closest evil. You should be telling me that there is none. False. Because you yourself is the drunk. Closest evil. Couldn't kill 5. That would be true. Unless you're like... I cannot kill my target. It says here, if evil, picked, executed. He doesn't hate demons, he just thinks they make excellent clothing accessories. Yeah, like that? A demon won't be able to kill. But if you are true, and I did pick the demon, yeah. However, no evil adjacent. Both telling the truth. Possibly. Okay, you're true. Alright, let me see here. Already got you there telling me that they're good. I don't even know if you... what outcast that is. It could be telling me that the drunk. None adjacent? Clockwise. It would have to be you then. 3 cards away from closest evil. I don't even know which one's evil. It could very well be you. Not adjacent. Okay, so you already confirmed to be good. The idea here is that I have to figure out if you're telling the truth, or or if you're lying, or if you're corrupted. One of you being the witch, but you also said that you could witch yourself, which means that that would be telling the truth. But you don't. But the witch, but the minions and the demons, well, the minion really, would be saying that, as that would mean that would out themselves, so they would have to lie. And I think corrupted would be doing that. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking here. Be away from evil. Which one of you is evil? Tried killing you? I only have like one more chance here. Beforehand, you had like 3 chances before, you know, you just gotta fuck one. Be away to you. Closest would have to be like right here. It's either you or you. Be away. It could very well be any of them. They're not adjacent. I knew it. Which means I can now open this up. 4 or 6 is the witch. What? One or 5 is the witch is right here. Which one of you is Ba? You're hiding whoever this is, and that's most likely the drunk. I feel like this is the drunk here. Ba is like 3 away, which means 1, 2, 3. You. 1, 2, 3. It's you. Knew it, I knew it, I knew it. You were the drunk. The alchemist tried to sober him up. Village gained a second drunk. Yeah. I disguised as a random, not in play villager. Not in play. They were both like, hold on. The Oracle. Okay, well, it won't actually just tell me though. What was your role here? Yeah, you were just you were both like the Oracle, yeah. Not in play. Receive 2 damage instead of 5 when you execute me. Outcast, but you're still good here. Yeah. You would accidentally out yourself because you were corrupted. But if you just so happen to be a minion... Actually, yeah. The idea is that the corrupted means that characters lie and their ability doesn't work, but they keep their alignment. And it'll only be on good. Okay. New character unlocked, Lilith. Build a random unrevealed character and deal 2 damage to me. Alright, well this is the finale here. Let's see if I can figure this out. Wings are for flair. Let's do the real work. Yeah. Will Pride is killing good characters first. Will not kill herself when she is the only card left. Well, that's very true. If she's the only one hidden. Huh. If I manage to get the last one. Alright then. If killing this one right there were just good. It's 2. Alright, well I gotta figure out which one of these is like... The right side is more evil? Well, we only have like this side here. Investigator. Right side is more evil. Right side meaning from the center of this card. Exact midpoints of the circle as well. I always think that that means the right side of where you are. But I guess the right side of this entire circle. Hmm. Well, we got a witch somewhere. Can't really do that. Okay, so you're both telling me here that one of you two is. Okay, let's see what you have to say about this. Minion. I kind of figured one of them is the minion. Hmm. See if you are. No. Suspicious. I don't really know how to get you to work here. It's just telling me which one of them is like a most suspicious types amongst them. Are you telling the truth? I still don't know though. One of them is the minion though. Right side is more evil. Right side is more evil. If you're the minion, then the left side is more evil. If you're the minion, then the left side will be. You couldn't kill what I don't really know. But if you're also telling the truth, that you couldn't kill it, meaning that either you're evil or you're good. Well, let's see who's telling the truth here. Two are evil. Don't really know how truthful that is. Okay, let's see here. You're evil, and if you're evil, you couldn't really kill it. If you're evil, even if it's good, you can't. Okay, let's try this out. Do it. Couldn't get two. Okay. All right. Well, you're telling the truth. You are the liar here. You're also telling the truth here. But yeah, I just have to do that. Number one is telling the truth. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Two evil. You're also right. Then who the hell is the witch? You? The right side. Then there has to be you then. The druid. Alright then. You're dead, so you can't really do any of that. Right side is more evil. You already got that correct with one of them being a minion. You got the twin minion, and I also got like a... because you couldn't really kill it. So yeah, that had to be it. One bombardier here. Right side being more evil, but there's also... Wait a minute. Yeah, I got that wrong here. Left side being more evil would mean that you would be that, yeah. But maybe the two of you could be the minions. Meaning that the right side is evil, because the left side is more evil. I've already aimed at these two, and that was true. Yeah, it would have to be like you then. do it. Even if I got that wrong. I got it backwards. Still got it all right. Alright, new cards available. Character unlock. The Dreamer and the Poet. Random info. Isn't that just the Rambler? It's gonna keep going on in Ascensions until I absolutely lose. Well, I'm having fun playing this, so let's go. I don't even know who that could be. Twin Minion and Ba. Alright, so who's the outcast here? Two judges? That must be Doppelganger then. Both sides are equally evil. From where? Number 1 is good? Are you telling the truth? Well, I'll take your word for it. You have got to be the Doppelganger then. No evils adjacent. Equally... Once dreamed the wretch was a cabbage. One rule that's among them, and one that's not. My ability refreshes after each night. What? After each night? Both mentioned roles are fake, if she's lying. If truthful, wretch looks like a cabbage to me. Who can see that last dream? So if you see the wretch, then you would say one of these minions. Unless, of course, you say cabbage. There is judge or drunk. A drunk, you say? Hold on. One that's among them and one that's not. Huh. You know, that could also be true. That that one of them is a drunk or a doppelganger. Equal. None adjacent, which means that I gotta figure that out. Don't really know how truthful that is, because then that would mean that these two would be in cahoots. Okay. So if you are telling the truth, and you are telling the truth, they're good. But if you're both lying, then that would mean that you would be a minion, because you would be saying, true, what? You, yeah, you both kind of cover each other. So, what about you? Saying the truth, huh? Judge or drunk? Oh boy. Judge or drunk? They happen to be drunk. You should say, if you're drunk, then you should say that, is lying. But you would be good, because you're the drunk. Because outcasts are good, but flawed. And if you're drunk, you would say is minion. Which would mean that you would be true. Saying the truth that you're also a minion? That would also mean that you would be the minion if you were actually the drunk here. Which means that, lying. Yeah. Okay, well I don't really know which one of you could be evil here. Alright, well just tell me one of these. Evil? True? Okay, well one of them is lying here. This is... what the... All I need to know is to find which one's the twin minion and which one's Ba. So right now you introduced, well you have said one of them is drunk. Judge or drunk? They were truthful. Let me see here. If this is amongst them and when it is not. If you lie that both of them were fake. Learn a rule that's among them and one that's not. One of them is real and the other is not. Well, yeah, there is one judge. But I'd also like to know if, you could also very well just be telling me that one of them is a doppelganger instead. Because, it's either one of those two options here, and they're both telling the truth. It's gonna be like a little bit of a contradicting mess if one of them is drunk and you were the actual minion, and you're the one that says it's drunk. True, huh? Equally, huh? And adjacent, huh? Well, let's see how truthful you are. Okay, so one of these are evil then. Which one? One is good, but you could also very well be or bad. Oh boy. Not adjacent. It has to be like one of them. I am going to lose this one because this is very tricky with these two. Literally just saying that they're both you're telling the truth. I don't know which one of these two to fight. I just gotta figure out which one it is, though. Both sides are equally evil? Let me see here. Sides are equally evil. It has to be like on the side, in the middle. Not adjacent on this side, though. So if there's none adjacent, it would have to be like this or that. This or that. It has to be like one of you, if that's true. Swing which one it is telling the truth, though. I'm getting confused here. That would just clear each other out if that's true. What would it mean if, let me see here. It includes the two characters at the exact midpoint of the circle as well. If they're equally evil, of course. So right at the center, like this. You're at the midpoint. I don't know. You could also be. And there's like a lot of characters here that are just lying here. I don't know which one. Got it right. There was a coin flip on this thing. Is good. Okay, now you're actually suspicious here. You're the drunk here. And you were both just telling the truth. Well, it's a good thing I got it right, otherwise I would have just chosen you instead. And that broke my brain. Poisoner. Oh, okay, now we have another character that... One adjacent villager is corrupted, huh? Corruption. Alright, well, let's see what we got here. Rambler. The Chancellor, the Rambler, Poisoner, and the Wretch. Night, huh? Can't die. On guard. True. It is a real night. True. Jester, Slayer. One evil adjacent? Yeah, that's true. As the Rambler. An apple is like... It's made out of edible wood. Edible wood. Well, no, it's not. That's not what that is. Actually, no. If I'm looking, flower just coming from the stem of a tree, the apple tree. I'm not gonna argue with this. Wouldn't you just saying shut up? Wouldn't you be able to kill it because you see it as evil? Jade is a real knight? True. Adjacent liars tell me to shut up instead of sharing their... What the hell? It's like... Okay, so... Started the sentence yesterday, still going. I tell you something really interesting. Yeah, it's as interesting as like some random Northern Lion quote. Adjacent truthful characters tell me to shut up instead of sharing the info. Adjacent liars tell me to shut up instead of sharing the info. This does not... Is this just a paradox? Adjacent liars. Which would be the minions themselves. Huh. How do I work that? Okay. I mean, we already got a wretch. That you're already pretty much good here. It's an indicator here. I couldn't really kill you, which means you're good. You should also say shut up, because you're right next to it. Well, the only thing you have to say here is that you're good. I'm executed while corrupted. 4 additional damage to you. 4 more. So instead of 5, it's 9. Player tried to test him. The sword snapped. Really doesn't work if I'm disguised. Disguised. Okay, so I have to worry if you're... Well, the drunk already means that you're just a plain as the... If you're the doppelganger. Alright. Now, if this is correct, you should be telling me that 1 is evil. 2 is... You? Listener. Corrupted. And the thing is, I did try to kill you, but you're while corrupted, extra 4 damage. I did try to kill you. You can't be evil here. You're good. You're also good because you just unless you're corrupted because of the poison right next to you. Couldn't kill it. Sus. And also sus. Of these 3, you yourself could... Wait a minute. And you? Could be the one that's corrupted. You're the poisoner here. Wouldn't kill sex, meaning that you're also evil. The Chancellor next to... No, wait, you're the Chancellor then. Yeah. Not fair. Let's see here. Wait a minute. If you are corrupted, which means if you lie... Jason, if you're lying, not if the liars... Okay, so I understand this now. Which means... If you're the one lying, then the liars next to you, the minions, will tell you to shut up. But if you're good, Okay, I understand this a little bit. One evil adjacent, that's true. Wouldn't kill us, which would mean that... Yeah, there we go. Wait a minute, you're corrupted! Oh. Corrupted. Lie and their ability won't work? Means you're the poisoner. Safe. Thing is, if the lover was the poisoner, she would not be saying that there's one evil adjacent, which is the wretch. Would say none. This is gonna keep going. Lake Doctor. Oh great, we're gonna have to even more corrupt characters. The Bard, huh? Learn how far I am from closest corrupted character. That's like a new art that I haven't seen from the Bard. Alright, let's see here. Lake Doctor, Puppeteer, and Lilith. Medium. Just talk to the ghost. Sometimes ghosts whisper secrets. Sometimes they just won't shut up. You talk to the Rambler? There's 2 skins for you. Wasn't there... Hold on. I wonder if that's like the original. I think I have seen that the medium was kind of staring out in the distance. Hold on, go back to that. The new one there. Alright, let's see what we got here. Closest evil. A poet, huh? She told us later. Truth is a shadow. And like that meant something. Enemy info. Poet herself is like a random class. So, along with having like a random villager, we have random on random. There's definitely like new art. Oh, I'll see the old one or something. Desert Son Stevens, since his drama. Learn how far I am from the closest corrupt character. Learn how far I am from a random non-corrupt character. Okay, let's keep going. Gester. Only one pair of evil? You know what? Yes. How truthful that is, I don't know. Clockwise, huh? Alright, that's not one of them. The Bard, huh? I am 4 cards away from corrupted character. What? Plague Doctor, huh? Someone always gets sick. He calls it job security. One good villager is corrupted. If it's corrupted, learn an evil character. Does that mean that you can also be corrupted? I guess I can't really select you then. 4 cards away from corrupted. How truthful is that? Not corrupted. If it's corrupted, then learn which one's evil. Fab is a real bard? Disguised characters. There is none that's disguised. Disguised. Closest evil equidistant. Okay, so there's like... I don't know where. You just being like the enlightened here. The cosmos. Whispered, it's clockwise again. Not corrupted, huh? One pair away. You yourself, you could very well be the puppeteer and the puppet. And then that would mean that you would be telling the truth. Well, let's see here. Two evils. How truthful are you? I don't know. Clockwise. I don't really know how truthful you are. You could be the puppeteer and the puppet. I knew it! And there you go. That is still, like, very, truthful here. Alright. Which means that you're telling the truth here. Two evils. True. 5 is real? No, you're not. Unless, of course, you're the one that's corrupted. You're corrupted here. Real bard, yeah. 5 is not corrupted. Real bard. You're telling me equidistant. Meaning that they're equal distance from each other. Means there has to be like one of them here. You're the one that's corrupted. And you're the one that's lying here. I got that wrong. You're backwards. You're the fake one. And you're the one that's corrupted. Alright, so yeah, it's this one right over here. The two that I think of as corrupted, yeah, just... but it also have to be like equidistant. Corrupted, that... Oh, you know what? That does make a lot of sense. Alchemist, huh? Villagers within range 2 from me are cured from corruption. Not how many are corrupted, and you can't be corrupted. You can't be corrupted, huh? But you can be disguised. Certainly looks like you're smoking a bowl right there. Alright, we've got the Wretch and the Rambler. There are 2 pairs of evil. How truthful is that? 2 pairs of evil means that all 3 are right next to each other. Or, because there's the Wretch, 2 of them are like far away from each other. One is good? Well, I don't know. The Slayer. You close your eyes, things become... You heard you said that before yet. Damn, that you bastard. There's 2 of them now. I just had a brain. Genius moment. Uh-huh. Yeah. Things are getting out of hand. There are 2 of them now. Alright, let me see. Baby, hey, Pepito, come on. Slide right there. There you go. Backwards. The hell? That's not your head, that's your butt. Okay, so we have the witch on our side. 2 pairs of evil, huh? And we also have 2 ramblers. Shut up. If they're right next to it, meaning that... meaning that you're good, but you're also telling... However, if you're the one that's disguised... I have no idea what to do about this. 2 evils adjacent, which means that... You would have to say that if that's not true, then actually you could very well be the Wretch then. That has to be a Wretch. That's you. That's the Wretch. Well, I'll have to do that instead. Because you have to confirm. Huh. What about you? True, huh? I don't know which one of these. So the thing is here, if you're telling the truth and you're evil, then you would be... Yeah, that would... Or if you're the one in this. Wait a minute. I don't think outcast can be disguised, right? Let's check this out. Could also be the puppeteer. I don't know. True, huh? These two are just saying pairs. Well. Okay, so telling the truth. One of you is evil, huh? That could also very well just mean that you could be the puppet and the puppeteer. I knew it. Is good? Yeah. Which would also mean that you're evil here. I don't know who that is. Two pairs of evil. Alright, what you should be saying here. Oh, yeah, you're right next to the... Okay, so... You won't really be telling me because of that. Pairs of evil. Number 3. I gotta get to the other one. Where is the witch? I just had a brain. Genius moment. I'm guessing you were meant to say like genius moment right there. I just had a genius moment, but said brain by accident. What's this? Skin unlocked. Okay, let me see here. Which one of you is actually true? You're just saying shut up. Okay, so I gotta figure out and see if any of them can disguise as an outcast. For most of the time, I don't think they do. It says usually good. Flawed but good. Does that mean that all outcasts are fundamentally good, but they can be corrupted? Alright, so, it has to be either one of these two. Let me see here. They're both telling you to shut the hell up. But there's also this one here. You should also say that as well. I don't know which one to choose here, because this is so confusing. Could be the wretch here. Puppet and... Yeah. Puppet and the witch. Can't see who the last one. You're most likely the wretch, then. But if that's not the wretch, then it would be either you or you here. Actually, it has to be like one of these two here. It's gotta be you. Have at least 2 characters tried to silence Rambler. Just won't stop. Okay, now that looks even more like Northern Lion, especially with the earmuffs being his headphones. I like that one, but this is also funny. The wretch, I knew it. It is the wretch. Yeah, you had a genius moment. Yeah, 2 of them just telling you to shut up. If there was like 2 of these ramblers, would you, if they were actually, you know, it's like, I don't know if a doppelganger could pretend to be another rambler. The one that's actually, would say 2 of them, shut up. The lycanthrope? What the? Huh, is that Ludwig? I've seen him before. That looks like him. If that was like the Northern Line right here. At night, if I am unrevealed, I become an evil werewolf, and I will lie. I disguise as a not-in-play villager. Well, we got a lycanthrope here. Man by day, afraid by night. Reminds me of this one joke I made about a werewolf, which includes the word furry there, too. At night, if I am unrevealed, I become an evil werewolf and I lie. Hints. Evil counter will not show werewolf as evil. Oh, you mean this right here? Evil counter. This. There's also the knight right there. If you're unrevealed. Alright. The shaman and the twin evil and drug. Okay, there's gonna be 3 of these guys. Not in play villager. I gotta see who is not in play here. Well, way to find out. Abbey's room. Each information is based on the village state at the moment the information is revealed. Changes later, like lycanthrope transferred to werewolf. Information will not update. Oh, you mean this? Will not update, huh? One evil adjacent. Good. But you could also be corrupt. Drunk could. Then that would mean that you would be dizzy. It says so right there. Always truthful, even when disguised. One evil adjacent. Knives lover. It could be you. Clockwise. Or counterclockwise. Evils are not adjacent. We got like the shaman, twin minion, and now the lycanthrope. Skills like 2 out of 3. 2 or 3 minions. None are demons. Well, yeah, that's shaman right there. Huh. Being evil, but also cute as hell. Alright. Why did that go down? Alright, well, I gotta figure this out then, because one of them is now a lycanthrope. Let me see here. Not in play, huh? Slayer, lover, medium, confessor, judge, and like. If only there was like an easier way to see all of them. Hold tab. Okay, well that's pretty good to have. Got the judge over here, the knitter. Wait, there's 2 knitters. That could also be a corrupt. Not a judge. Okay, so they both said the same thing. There's also 2 enlightened. I like 9 of these guys. Oh yeah, the shaman. Okay, so there's like 2 of the same thing here. So, what are these 2? Clockwise or counterclockwise? 2 could very well be, telling the truth. One of them is a clone. Which one? I don't know. They both said the exact same thing, and both of them are in the same space far apart from the judge. Let's have the enlightened. There's like 2 of them. Let's see here. They're all on the field, but which one of them is not in play? Not in play villager. One of it is not in play. Because you're all over here, though. There's the me. There's the lover. There's the slayer. Professor, the judge, yeah. The enlightened and the knitter. Alright. Hive is a real lover? I don't know how truthful that is. Not adjacent to each other. He could also very well be the shaman and the twin minion. Is lying? Is it both the shaman and the twin minion? Well, let's find out. Hold on. Couldn't kill it. What also makes you sus? That could very well just be... Okay, you're corrupted then. Wait a minute. Then that would also mean that you... Well, that's true. Corrupted. The werewolf... Only be created by lycanthrope. Not in play. Okay, so I guess the... Yeah, the knitter was not in play. And you couldn't kill it, which means... Oh, God damn it. I just realized... Yeah, because you're drunk. You're good. You're... Five is a lover. That can't be true. That also can't be true. That would mean that they're both adjacent to each other. Shaman and the twin minion. I only got like the werewolf, who's that one right there. 8 is line. Yeah, that's true. And not the fact that you're a minion, but also the fact that it's corrupted. He's lying. Since these two are, well, yeah, they are adjacent to each other. To each other. Most likely, you or you. I was real lover. Which also means you. One evil. There's none evil. Listen. They have to be adjacent because you both are lying. Oh, it would have to be you and you then. Which would mean that you would be telling the truth. Yeah. You're lying and you're also lying. Yeah. Got him. Baker? Random unrevealed good villager becomes a baker. Villager I was. Well, I gotta figure that out. Baker. No one knows how it works. They just wake up bacon. Bacon. One random unrevealed good villager becomes a baker. I say that I was a random village roll. Bombardier. 1 or 6 is the minion. 1 pair of evil. No adjacent evils. 2 is this. Only 1 pair of evil. Well, yeah, you are technically right. There is a pair of evil because they're twins. Away? It is 1 card away from closest evil, which would mean that would be true. Gotta be like those. is a minion. One pair of evil. One away from closest evil. Cards away. Then adjacent. No characters was affected by evil. That is very true. But what would happen if you were lying, though? Would you just say one random thing here? Don't know for sure. Telling the truth. I don't know either. The original baker. Random villager. Rich, I don't understand how you work then. Okay, so I have to... One pair of evil. It has to be like one of these. There's no adjacent evils. One card away from evil. We're telling the truth. That is very much true then. Because of because if you actually did tell me that there was a character affected by evil, then you would be lying, because there's no character here that'll actually that is evil. The Bombardier, though, it's like pointed to those two. Gotta figure out which one of those is evil, though. One card away from... Could very well be here, but that would also mean that you would be lying if that was not a minion. Already out half of like one of those. Could also be lying and tell me that there's no pair of evil. So it's like other of these two. I gotta figure out which one. Most likely you then, right? Okay, so that's true. Well, the truth. And you also told the truth. You're the minion here. One card away. Gotta be you. Knew it. One pair of evil, but you're lying, so there's none of them are paired. And if you were, yeah. Hookah, huh? Well, I guess that, is alright here. Anyway, where was I? Weird noise here. Hookah. Adjacent to me are corrupted, if possible. My disguise. Wretch. Witch. Can't register as good, whereas wretch to other characters. Can you be corrupted? Let's see here. You weren't corrupted, you were convinced. Villages adjacent are corrupted and disguised. One card away from you? Left side is more evil, huh? So now I have to figure out which one of you is Puka. Okay, let's see here. First up into the real architect. Right side is more evil, left side is more evil. Okay, make up your mind then. The wretch. Yeah, that checks out. Only one pair of evil. Corrupted. Which means it could very well be you. Alright, let's see. We have the Puka here that we have to be looking out for. And we also have the Witch as well. The Wretch, though. Right side is more evil. Well, you have this right next to you. Unless, of course, you're referring to, you know, the circle. You know, it's being a table. Let's see here. Number 7 being like the real one. Which is 3 cards from closest evil. But you could also be corrupted if the bard has anything to say about it. Now, if I understand this right, if you're corrupted, then you must be Puka. But if you're corrupted, then you're Puka here. Which means that you would also be telling me that you're fake. Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. Hold on. These two are the ones that are likely to be Puka, if what you're telling me is true. Run away from corrupted, because you're corrupted and you're corrupted. You're corrupted and you're corrupted. Left side being more evil, which means that right side is more evil. But that, huh? And then these two would be corrupted if you are actually the one that's evil. But there's also the possibility of you being corrupted. I mean that the right side would be for these two. Go to the left side instead. Or you could be. Alright, well, let's just assume that the bard is telling the truth here. Let's see. Or evil. Or right side could be. Then you're not corrupted, you're the one that's corrupted. Or you could be evil. Wait. Then that would mean that... Yeah, fun. Clockwise. I've already pretty much just clocked that. There's like 2 of these now. Gotta be like one of you. And 1 pair of evil. That of course will be a lie as well. Real architect, huh? It could very well be on that side, yeah. Left side's more. You yourself could be evil. No, wait, no. You could very corrupt you one. I knew it. It was you after all. Which? Right side's more. Well, left side then. Left side, yeah, because you and you as well. Ran out of health here, but I still have like 3 lives left. Gotta do this again with the Puka. I think this is the last level out of it all. Alright, so we got the drunk as well. Alright then. No adjacent evils. Closest evils counterclockwise. Well, yeah, that's very much true. Puppeteer is 1 card away from closest evil, which is the puppet. The Puka, though. Now, let's see here. You're good here. No adjacent evils. No adjacent evils. You could very well be corrupt. Suspicious here. 1 card away from evil. Well, let's see how this goes. Demon. 7 over 6. 8 is good. Away, huh? Villager. One card away. Alright, I gotta figure out which one of you is Puka. Of the multiples we hear, I have like the villager, number 1 and number 4. Alright, so which one of these is human, huh? Which one of these is Puka? You're already corrupted, so it doesn't matter. Wouldn't kill 8, which means are true. Maybe. Because there's only 1. If you were corrupted, I would have killed you. Like this. So you're good. No evils adjacent. You could be corrupted. I don't know. You could be the demon. Could be Puka. No evils adjacent. There is at least one that's adjacent. Oh wait, you're corrupted. It's you. One away from close. Then that would mean that you would be telling the truth. It's you then. Then you would be lying. No. Wait. Hold on. If you are Puka, then these two would be corrupt. If you... Huh. That is very much true. It's gotta be. Then why... Then you're... Okay. You're Puka, you're the puppeteer, and you're the... Wait a minute. Huh. You're the drunk. Demon, huh? Do it, you're the Puka. You're the puppet. And you're the puppeteer. Drunk. Yeah, because, by accident I killed you and you were corrupted. If you were Puka, then you would also be corrupted and I would be able to kill you. This is from evil because I kind of sussed you out. You being the drunk because one of them had to be completed. Final score is like 4194. The game itself seems to be keep going. I think I've already pretty much just won this. Ascension 5. Well, that's gonna keep going. What? Did I unlock them all? I don't know how much I've unlocked. There's like only 2 left. Oh wait, they're coming soon then. Oh wow, that's a lot of them. Okay, so yes, I've gotten them all now. Because it is saying like coming soon. 100% complete. Yeah, it says at the top of the screen. Yeah, so Ascension 4 is pretty much the last one. You can keep going, and I guess it would be much harder. Randomize. Now that one's the actual roguelike mode here. You know what I would like is when you actually lose, it would just take you to the main menu instead of just, you know, auto restarting. Because I think that's what happened last time when I was playing this. I still had like 4 hearts. And I only ended up like losing only 2 max before going into the next ascension. Let me see here. I think of all the ones that I've unlocked, Investigator was the only one that knew here. You know, the villagers. Alchemist. I haven't actually seen you here. Or maybe I've accidentally killed you. Yeah, the new playtest for demo, the Investigator is the only newest villager they added here. And of the Outcast, the Rambler and the Lycanthrope. Northern Lion and Ludwig. And when the Lycanthrope just transforms into a werewolf. Yeah, there's only like 2 cars that were introduced. No, wait, 3 of them, yeah. Investigator, Rambler, and Lycanthrope. Which also becomes the werewolf. It's a funny looking werewolf. Kind of look familiar. Who are you supposed to be? If those 3 characters that I've seen were meant to be like, you know, just who you expected after I just said that. Well, that'll be it for Demon Bluff. And just like before, I have 1, and this is like a new demo with. There's a lot of new things that they have changed here. Kind of worded it a little bit different. Like, we had like the baker. I think there was like something additional that they mentioned, but I haven't actually gotten it. I only have experienced it once, and ended up picking her last. From what I understand, though, if you manage to pick the baker first, it would go into an endless chain until you find someone who's lying, where they're not the baker, because that's how that should work. Unless they changed it. And there's also the Alchemist, but I haven't actually, maybe I have encountered them or not. Or maybe they were just kind of blocked by the witch, or killed by Lilith. But I didn't get a chance to play around with their effect. Pretty fun, just trying to just deduce who is evil and who is not, going through, you know, logic on what it says there. Yeah.